The fate of the planet rests in the hands of bureaucrats.
Not necessarily, Harrison. They surrender to impending disaster that's out of their control, clinging to adaptation to justify their inertia because they have no will. Well, look at Zimbabwe. Look at Iraq. De Boer's hands are tied, and if anyone's going to brave the inevitable geopolitical fallout of aggressive action, with all due respect to the man, it's not going to be a 55-year-old career handshaker.
I think you're underestimating the level of institutional denial.
Forget the UN. The horse is bolted, Harrison. Any diplomatic effort at this stage is simply going to be too late. I mean, CDR is just a money-printing exercise. We know that. We intervene now. We stop warming in its tracks and buy time until bureaucracy and green tech catch up. The bottom line is, we're going to have to deploy a geoengineering solution whether we like it or not. And when we do, we better be ready to pull the trigger.
So what are you saying? That we just defy international law and...
Which laws? We have a fleeting window of opportunity to act now while the legalities of intervention are still in status. 12, 18 months from now, we might be at The Hague. It's now or never, Harrison. So we can sit here and talk about it while New York slips into the Atlantic, or we can put money in the bank while we can. And when the UN does finally turn around and tap us on the shoulder, we'll have a proven, profitable solution that's easier to deploy. This is bigger than you and I, Harrison. This is bigger than Obama and the UN and geopolitics.
Waiting for the UN is environmental suicide.
Well, how long do we wait? Until the sea level rises 3 meters, 4 meters, till Africa's wiped out by famine? Do you think Gates is twiddling his thumbs waiting for a rubber stamp from the UN before he does what he knows is right?
We've got to move this off the page.
Well, white papers won't cool the planet. Quite seriously. We're in a position to deploy a global cooling scale launch 6 months from now if we put our heads down. Future generations will look back on history as quaint and idiotic. How do you want to be remembered?